All right, hello everyone, and welcome into the 2015 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Fly Racing, live on Starter Systems TV here. And again, I'm going to have to apologize for not having any streams tonight of the heat races, semis, or the last chance qualifiers, but had some other stuff to attend to. So, yeah, we're just going to have to see the main events tonight in Houston, round 14. But we're back 250 West racing, and 250 West main event coming up in just a second. The 450 LCQ just wrapped up. So we'll have the 250 LCQ, excuse me, 250 LCQ, 250 main event coming up in just a moment. 15 laps, 22 riders in this main event. And I think the biggest storyline that we can talk about is there's no Dennis Fjellberg here tonight, who came into tonight third in the championship with only 2 rounds left to go. So that leaves it kind of a two-man race between points leader Dade Honeywell and the most recent winner in San Diego, Matt Burkeen, as those two are first and second in points. But yeah, we're going to stream you guys the main events here tonight, both mains, and then we'll sign off. And of course, you can watch the stream back up on YouTube later on this evening. And thank you, Andrew Wallace, for letting me know in chat that I'm all good. So again, any second we'll get a restart. Still kind of recovering from the sickness, I guess. I don't know why, but I'm coughing a little bit, so sorry if I cough into the microphone. If you are joining us here tonight on the live feed, thank you very much for tuning in a little bit later than usual. I know I said that I'd actually start at 7 tonight, ended up starting about 7:10 local time. But we have main events coming up. And at this point, we are just waiting for a restart, which it looks like we are getting right now. 22 riders set to go 15 laps. And as I said, whoa, Checkers joins my channel.
Good evening.
And Chris Riesenberg is in here to help co-host. So we got main events coming up. How you doing tonight, Chris?
I'm doing awesome. I just warmed up my commentating during those LCQs. It was pretty fantastic.
Is that why Race was recording?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what have I missed out tonight? Anything good? Anything raunchy?
I've only been half watching. Guys are wadding everywhere. Probably most importantly, the thing that everyone cares about is Cody Dar made the main event. Led every lap but the final one of the semi and qualified himself into the main.
Well, right on.
Yeah, that's what everyone cares about.
Oh, yeah. Always good to see Dar in the main events. So I think I was touching on this earlier, but no Dennis tonight, huh? So Burkeen.
Yeah. Was Burkeen here? I saw he was up front. I watched a little bit of EMF earlier, and I don't know if he ended up winning that or not, but I watched it. I don't know. I haven't seen him tonight either. I missed some of the heat race stuff, so.
Yeah, I think Burkeen is in this one. I saw him a little bit earlier, but I know Honeywell is definitely here. So it kind of leaves it up to them two, huh, for these last 2 rounds.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there was a 3-rider championship battle coming into this. Yes, Burkeen is here. Winning a heat earlier was actually Jerry Robin pretty dominantly, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
I had Brock join us as well. I hope that's okay.
Oh, yeah. Let me turn him up real fast then. And you're welcome to...
Brock, you want to commentate
hang
this
out
start?
in chat?
I am starting the chat also.
Oh, he doesn't have talk power. If you could...
I got it.
All right, cool. All right, here we go. 250 main event time in Houston. Oh, a bunch of guys jumped the gate, and the 306 gets a monster start on the inside. I think that's Aaron Hachi.
It is.
Coming out of the whole shot with the start.
Oh, Brock.
What's up, Kellen?
So
Dan Honeywell
Hachi.
in second, early Penwell in third.
Yeah, Hachi with the hole shot. And like you said, Honeywell's up there in second, so we're going to have to see where Burkeen comes through. But these guys doing this interesting start. Going to have like another half a lap to go before we get to the line
Bad
even.
news for Burkeen as Batchelor gets absolutely destroyed by Castermans as I'm going through the pack. where is Burkeen? I did not see him going through the pack at all. So
Wow.
either I
He's in
missed
22nd
him.
on the tunnel.
Oh man. So Burkeen gonna have to lay down a little bit of a charge here.
For those asking in chat, it is not Brock Pappy, it is Brock Hardy. But here we go, 14 laps left to go. Honeywell already putting on a charge on Hachi as we go back to the other side of the racetrack.
Honeywell, I think, competing for the ugliest gear of the season tonight.
Yeah, what is he wearing? I've seen that stuff.
It's Alpine Star stuff.
Oh, all right.
And it's pretty ugly, in my opinion.
Yeah. Wow, those guys are nailing that triple quad. Oh, yeah.
Honeywell to the lead. Gustavo and Hachi both had really good heat races as well.
How about Gustavo up here in second? That is pretty awesome. Honeywell's going to look to try to check out, pick up where he left off.
My guess is lappers are going to be really bad tonight. The track is really hard to be consistent on, for sure. And the qualifiers definitely showed that as well. So probably going to be a lot of crashing and running into each other in the back of the pack, which is going to make lappers quite a mess.
Just trying to shuffle back and find Burkeen here as we got some guys flipping through the whoops. Here's Burkeen with Chromie.
14th now, going up the inside of the whoops. Made another pass on Tyler Schmidt there, who was laying in between them. Taking a little dirt nap.
So I might be mistaken, but I believe Burkeen entered the race tonight about, I think it was 18 points, ironically enough, down on Honeywell. So
Quick look real quick.
he's got more riders down in front of him, so he's going to move into 11th, it looks like. Not doing himself any good, though, with Honeywell leading this thing.
Right. The points are 136 for Honeywell and 122 for Matt Burkeen.
Oh, so it was closer than I thought. That's
14.
6, yeah, 14.
Looks to me like Gustavo put some work in on the brake driving second. Pretty shocking to see. But
Brock-
proud of him.
Oh, Honeywell with the
Oh,
mistake.
yeah.
Gustavo to the lead.
Brock Hardy, your neighborhood 6-year-old.
Whoa.
The 250 main event. The West Coast guys back in action. A lapper laying in the start straight as Gustavo is leading.
And as per usual, I do not have his skins since he changes them more than Devin Davis, and he's wearing Dylan Copeland's gear for some reason. Oh, out of shape in the whoops. Saves
Probably
it.
takes a while to upload with Brazilian internet. Just assuming he's Brazilian. I really don't know.
Yeah, he's Brazilian. He's one of the nicer Brazilians, though. I like him.
Well, that's not saying much because the ones that I have talked to, I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah.
But that's only like 2 of them. So, I'm just stereotyping off of a small sample size.
Well, one thing that you can definitely stereotype about the Brazilians is they all lag, even Gustavo, so.
Well, that might be bad news for Dade Honeywell, who now has to pass him, who had an early lead. Honeywell quadding up there.
Yeah, nails the triple quad. Gustavo did not. We got a battle for the lead coming up.
Sammy Holt running in third, Ryan Burke fourth, and Jerry Robin rounds out your top 5. But then you find Daniel Mills, Ryan Kessler. Matt Burkeen has moved his way up into the 8th spot. Chromie sits in 9, and Penwell runs in 10th right now.
Oh, man.
That's your top 10 rundown, brought to you by Mickey Mouse, Brock the Party Hardy.
Gustavo really under attack from Honeywell as we're now a third of the way into this 250 West main event, and here comes Honeywell.
Cross jump Carl a little bit, and there's a lapper. They're going to split him. The lapper going to get out of the way. Let's see what happens.
Gustavo,
continues to lead.
yeah, takes the lead away on the inside line there. Lappers everywhere, like you said, right in front of these guys. Honeywell cuts back underneath.
That lapper is Daniel Batchelet.
Gustavo, is he going to get the quad? It comes up short, and Honeywell has the inside. Takes the spot.
Sammy
Honeywell
Holt goes down
protects
in
the
third.
line, goes through the bales a little bit.
Gotta move Hachi up onto the podium.
So Hardy, as you just said, moving Hachi up onto the podium. Burke now into 4th. Robin is 5th. Sammy Holt slips back to 6th. Gustavo not letting Honeywell go just yet. So we click on the lap 7.
Cody, we're back to 250 West Coast. That's probably why you're thinking some of the guys are 450 riders that you're seeing in the 250 classes. They've been on the 450s the last few rounds on the East Coast. Oh, Honeywell almost ended off that Dragon's back.
Yeah, those guys are trying to stay low off the top of that because it's really a bad kicker if you get down into that hole. He was like tire tapping over, it looks like. Gustavo is still nailing that triple quad behind him. Gustavo is really on the move still.
Solid third right now for Aaron Hachi as he's going to launch over a lap.
Whoa.
Ooh, that was close. Ryan Burke still sitting in fourth. He's got Sammy Holt on him. Holt getting a little sideways, and Burkeen's up into the 7 spot now and reeling these guys in. He's got a 52.7 fast lap right now.
Yeah, he's going to get by Ryan Burke, who just got passed by Jerry Robin and then Sammy Holt.
Oh, we had a Magic Man going on in front of Burkeen. Sammy Holt with some Magic Man stuff going on. Been hanging out with Puma or something.
Meanwhile, behind Burkeen, we've got Chromie, who is pretty much tagged along with Burkeen, as they're back there in about 15th. They're now up in the 6th and 7th position. Burkeen going after Holt. Jumps off the wall.
Yeah, Burkeen needs all the points he can get. Only, well, I guess 3 rounds left, counting tonight, and now that they're, I guess, allowing Vegas to be a 250 round for sim only.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh!
Honeywell being out front, Burkeen needs every point he can get.
Yeah, he just clipped an inside bail and put Holt on the deck. Now he's going to have to go after Jerry Robin, who's all over the back of Hachi. Oh! And he's off the bike.
Right up his tailpipe.
Look, here comes Chromie. Chromie's going to get by as well, so Chromie's still on the move. Burkeen obviously on the move as well. Looking at a podium spot right in front of him. Gustavo has lost touch now with Honeywell about 5.5 seconds back.
So Honeywell down in the 52s. Everyone else in front of Burkeen is up in the 53s and haven't ran below a 53. So Burkeen, the second fastest guy on the track right now. And he's been doing that all in traffic. Quite the charge going on by the number 18.
Actually, we got Cody Penwell back here in P9 with a 51.8.
Hachi off the track, back on the track, but that allows Burkeen to close all the way up on him.
Oh, Burkeen really...
He's tripling up.
Yeah, inside. Oh, Hachi wise to it. Cuts underneath. They're going to connive.
Racing extremely close down the whoop section.
Oh, and they both make a mistake.
Make a mistake. Where's Chromie at? Here he comes down the whoops. Not going to capitalize on it. Wow. Burkeen not wasting any time going for that pass.
No
I
kidding.
can't believe Hachi saw it coming and was able to check up. Otherwise, they would have probably collided pretty hard. Risky move for the number 18, Burkeen.
He's got a long ways to go to get to Gustavo now, though.
And Honeywell has a solid lead out front as well, but he is in deep lappers.
Yeah, he is.
He ran a 52.1 last time around, a 52.6 this time around.
That's Clay Alfred on the 29 trying to get out of the way, with Tyler Schmidt bringing up the rear.
Oh, Gustavo was down in the turn before the finish. I don't believe it was a fall off, but it was a slide out that's going to allow Burkeen some time on him. Sammy Holtz regained 4th. He's gotten around both Hachi and Chromie. Jerry Robin right there in that group. A huge group right there.
Yeah, we got a 4-rider train with Mills not too far up the back. Penwell just went down.
Weird seeing Mills starting in the back of the pack moving forward. Usually it's the other way around. He's a good starter. Oh, Honeywell makes a mistake out front, but he has a 15-second lead to play with. So right now, top 10 rundown, Dade Honeywell, 15 seconds out front. Back to Gustavo Diniz, 8 seconds back to Matt Burkeen. 8 back to Sammy Holt, Aaron Hachi, Matt Chromie, Daniel Mills, Jerry Robin, Ryan Burke, and Ryan Kessler round out your top 10. And there's a huge pile up with John Rollins, Cody Penwell, Dominic Tiberino, and Clay Alfrey all running. I think that was about the top 15 for those guys. Honeywell and some serious lappers out front.
I think that's that group that was just hung up on that wall that he's buried in now. If he can get by Rollins, he'll be clear of it for a little bit.
We got Burkeen closing the gap on Gustavo.
It's down to 6.4.
We got riders down at the end of the rhythm up here.
When Burkeen got into third. Let's see if Gustavo can get through cleanly with all these guys down.
Oh, they just got up.
Doing his best to dolphin dive down the rhythm, but keeps it together. Great race though running right now for Gustavo.
Yeah, but look, it
makes a mistake there though.
Here's all this traffic
inside him. That's going to allow Burkeen to be really close as his riders down in the turn. Both are through cleanly.
I think that thumb pump might be getting to Gustavo.
Gustavo might be getting a little nervous.
Oh!
Is Burkeen going to get through? He does, and he's into the 2 spot.
Lappers landing on top of each other.
Another 52-1 last time around, so he is still throwing down some heaters out front. 13 laps into this thing, about to be 14 in, so Honeywell looking solid for a win to stretch out his points lead a little bit further. They'll be at 17 then after this race if they stay as they are.
Yeah, Burkeen will be kicking himself that he didn't get a better start tonight.
Oh, Honeywell is down. That's going to allow things to tighten up at least a little bit.
What is this at the end of the whoops? It looks like he went flying. He's going to get stuck in the bales.
And there's lappers now getting back in front of him. He needs to just be calm. He has a good lead. But he does have to go around all those lappers again.
And that lead has gone down significantly. Burkeen is going to go over the finish line, make it about, I'd say, 11 seconds. Yeah, 10 seconds.
So it went from 24-ish down to 10.
And there's
Honeywell in lappers and lappers and more in front of him still. What an epic charge from Burkeen, who was in 22nd place on that first lap.
Oh, there's a rider down in Honeywell into him.
Honeywell. And there's more guys jumping into the section.
Oh,
Could collect Honeywell a second time. Now where can Burkeen do? Can he get through?
Oh, he's going right into it. No way. Oh,
he's
my
jumping through.
goodness. And all right onto the back of him.
That could end the dream. Here comes Gustavo into the section. Is that going to allow him to close on Burkeen?
Yeah, he's going to be right there now. Burkeen just got going. There's still riders everywhere.
I think I said that.
Oh, my goodness.
Burkeen gets through barely.
White flag in the air, but here comes Gustavo.
Gustavo checks up, keeps it clean. Mad props to Gustavo not pulling a Brazilian and cleaning him. Now there's a guy down before the finish.
Oh!
Before the race, that lappers were going to be gnarly.
What is 524 doing? Who is that? All over the place in front of these guys.
This is like a local fair race now.
Honeywell just trying to keep it all behind him here as he's got a couple turns left to go.
524 is Neil Wells, just so to make sure that we were calling out the right person. I checked.
Oh. Final set of whoops for Dade Honeywell. And he will extend his points lead as he wins the 250 main event in Houston.
Bo Burkeen with another mistake, couple lappers battling in front of him. He does have a decent lead on Gustavo, who's got lappers of his own in front of him.
Oh, Tyler Schmidt jumps into Gustavo.
Still a great charge by Burkeen, 22nd all the way to second, had a shot at the lead.
Gustavo on the podium, first time in his career, I believe. And now Chromie's going to try to bring home fourth.
Another good charge also for Chromie. He had a bad start as well, charged through hard. Sammy Holt going to round out your top 5, it looks like.
Rollins all the way up to 6th.
You read my mind. I was like, wow, where did that come from? Fro in the 7 spot. Jerry Robin 8th. Clay Alfrey looking like he's going to come around in 9th. And Ryan Kessler in the top 10. In the 11th place rider, Daniel Mills was lapped down.
Cuts are in. Looks like maybe Alfrey lost a spot.
Kessler and Alfrey flip-flopped for the 9-10 spots, so Alfrey loses the spot to Kessler.
Well, that was quite the 250 main event. This track looks like it's actually providing some pretty good racing. Hard to get around lappers. But we've got a whole 20-lap 450 main event coming your way now. Who's been looking good tonight? Who won the heats? I wasn't here.
I couldn't tell you.
Smith won the first one. That's all I know.
Who's that?
Jeremy Smith.
Okay. So we got Jeremy Smith and Hunter Root, the battle coming down between these two. You see Root there on the 11 machine next to the box, Smith on the 4, separated by 3 points as we've got 4 rounds left to go. Here's the parade lap for tonight's 450 main event from Houston. Jeremy Smith trying to make a statement tonight. If he can win again and Root doesn't finish second, he's got the points lead.
Well, they say keep your friends close and your enemies closer, and I saw these two guys are kind of broing down a little bit this week. Wonder if it's all a cover or if they're really going to keep it a little clean.
Well, we'll have to see. If it stays this close going into Vegas, I'm not so sure they're going to keep it clean.
Not that there's much on the line.
Just the MX Simulator Supercross champion, bro.
MX Prodigy 17 says Kelldog's a liar. And he doesn't even know how to spell liar.
All right, who we watch on this start?
Ready to roll. I am going to watch somebody named Tony Spinelli Lawn Care.
Dolphin Diver Dar.
Yeah, I've got Cody Dar on the screen. It is 450 main event in Houston, and it's underway now. Smith and Root good to the corner. Smith gets put to the ground.
Shipley and I believe Stanley started a pileup, and Jägerbaum Dar also down. David Wright.
Berg had the whole shot but went down.
Tyson
Fresquez.
the 2-1 out front. Hunter Root in second gets himself a good start. Moneybags, Carson Tickle, and Jeremy Siebel also with good starts.
It's pretty unbelievable, and I don't think I would ever thought I would say this, but this is 1 year to the race that Tyson has last won a main event. So out front early.
User joined your channel.
Seems like a Chad Reed story.
User left your channel.
Root in second, Siebold third. Then we got a little gap back to Schiabro with Jack Haley and Brady Stanley.
If I'm Tyson trying to win my first main event of the year, the guy I don't want to see behind me is Hunter Root or Jeremy Smith, where is Smith? Good question. I'm going way in the field.
Yeah,
to
16th.
I believe I thought I saw Race Carly crash in the first try. That might have actually been Smith. I didn't realize Smith was running the same gear tonight.
A top 10 ride by Dar right now.
Looks like Stanley had a mistake. Bergeron's in 7th with Dar, Carlin, and Knight back here.
Impressive. Siebold hanging pace right now with Fresquez and Root out front. Oh,
Ooh, little
just as I
slide
said,
out.
He slides it out. Haley and Schiabro round out your top 5.
So either way, this is a good points night for Root. If someone tells him Smith is buried, he might not try to force the issue with Tyson. But I think he wants a win here.
Yeah, Root's not one that's not going to try to win no matter who's in front of him or
User
behind
left
him
your
or
channel.
what's going on. That's for sure.
Fresquez
At
and
the
Root
same
both
point, I
looking
do
smooth,
think
yeah.
he does have a lot of respect for Tyson, so I don't think he's going to force the issue more than he needs to.
Yeah.
But
I'd say if there's anybody that Root is the closest with as of late on the track, it is Tyson. Those two hang out a lot. Obviously teammates, but fairly inseparable during the week.
yeah, I mean, they're pretty respectful of each other, at least Hunter is of Tyson for sure.
Jack Haley is making a push here on third.
Siebold's still right with these guys. I mean, he's 3 seconds back. but
Yeah. Siebold putting on a
it's
great
not
ride.
bad.
How about Schiabro here in the 5 spot, all over
Yeah, I
Haley?
don't think Schiabro was playing that much this week. I didn't think. I mean, he's been around, but I haven't seen him running many practice laps or anything. And
Schiabro,
throwing it down. Oh, there he goes around Haley.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah.
Haley. Yeah, Haley, nice safe track re-entry there, letting him go. Good job, Jack Haley.
I was gonna say Schiabro to me, I knew he's always been pretty talented, but never been one to be up near the front that often. Oh,
man.
And then as soon as he started challenging in that East Championship, kind of turned things around. But Stanley got by, Bergeron going to get by.
What the hell? Cody Dar's in 8th place.
Yeah, Dar's riding a fantastic race as he's got Jeremy Smith behind him now.
Being a fantastic race is 16th up into 8th. Jeremy Smith, and that's only in 5 laps, so he's putting a charge down. Vasquez still has Root all over him.
Sciabra just went down. Thinking of Cody Dar and the FAMMX team, just want to give a shout out to our boy Mike Strelo, who had his second child today.
Congrats. Got a new baby boy at home.
Always fun to hang out with Strelo, nice guy. So congrats to him, like you said, Chris. But we are watching this battle for the lead brewing as there is lappers everywhere.
We also have a battle for 3 and 4. So while you watch the leaders on camera, I'm going to watch this one and see what happens between Haley and Seabolt. Haley's still chasing him around. Give it up to the SD team. They have a great looking setup. Bike and gear look clean.
Jack Haley, I believe he's an American citizen, but currently lives in India. Not the best internet, but definitely a super nice guy.
Indian? Temporarily? Oh,
yeah.
With Seabolt, Haley, Stanley. And that's going to allow Jeremy Smith to close in on all these guys, and he had a gap to make up, so that's going to help him out quite a bit.
Yeah, but it puts Haley in 3rd for now. Stanley back in 4th with Seabolt 5th. Sorry for cutting you off again.
Never one to really panic is Jeremy Smith. He had a bad start, but watching him right now as a lapper completely cut across the track and cleaned him out. Let's get a number on that rider if I can zoom in far enough, quickly enough. All right, we'll go back through the pack to call him out. Because
223. Logan McSweeney, my guess.
223, Logan McSweeney. Being a dumbass. Pardon my French.
Smith might get landed on here, almost. He's got Bergeron, Seabolt, and then Stanley battling with Haley in front of him. This is the best battle on the track as Fresquez has opened it up just a smidge on Hunter Root. Not a ton, almost 2 seconds, but Root's still hanging right there.
Watching the progress of Jeremy Smith, he's moved up and going to collide with more lappers. So I was just talking about how he was calm, cool, and collected, and now he's getting collected.
Got a spot in the process though as Bergeron was down. Sciabra almost got him as well, but now Seabolt is very far in front of him. Ooh, Brady's down off the side of the track, so he must have gone down battling with Jack
Root's
Haley.
Down. So Fresquez now has a lead. And we're still only 8 laps into this thing.
Yeah, there's a little bit left to go, but Root, yeah, slipping back. He's got Devin Davis right behind him, it looks like. Those guys are lappers.
Ooh, Seabolt and Stanley battling for the 4 and 5 spot. So Seabolt, after a strong run early, slowly slipping back into the field, but he's trying to go back forward on Stanley. Woo. Wow, Stanley shut the door. Be careful with that, because you go to shut the door and the other guy doesn't check up and you're both going down.
Oh yeah. Stanley really looking strong. This year's 250 main event winner at Daytona. Had made a run at his somewhat teammate Jack Haley, that 2-2 Motorsports
tries
team.
To jump over the wall, gets a little sketchy. I'll Seabolt right back up on him.
Pretty crazy that he got sketchy that bad and still didn't really lose any time to Seabolt. Just shows you the difference in those lines right there.
So Smith goes from 16th to 8th the first 3 laps. Now that the field's spread out, we're on lap 9, and he is only up to 6th. So the charge is slowed quite a bit. Guess now is as good a time as any for another top 10 rundown as Tyson almost hits a down rider off the face of the triple that was laying sideways. He continues to lead. He's 11.5 seconds out front of Hunter Root. Jack Haley in 3rd. Stanley getting up off the ground is 4th. Seabolt 5th. Smith still sits 6th. Schiabro up in 7th. Race Carlin in 8th. Sammy Bergeron runs in the 9th spot. And Jack Knight rounds out the top 10. Cody Dorr in a pile up in 11th. No doubt that.
Oh,
he
Root!
knocks down Root as he was getting back going. Didn't really knock him down. His Root ran into the back of him.
Yeah.
My guess is that Dar bought a round of shots and threw him in the corner. Everyone took a break to drink them real quick.
Very impressed with Dar tonight. Very calm, collected ride as he jumps off the side of the track and goes down.
Haley down also. And that allows Stanley to close up for the final podium spot. Not transfer. Podium.
They're going to transfer their way onto the podium.
One of them is. The other one, probably not. And maybe neither. Jeremy Smith's up into 5th now. He's moved around Siebold.
Stanley taking that jump over the wall line almost got Jack Haley if he didn't jump onto the back of him. But still very close. Heading into this tricky rhythm section. Stanley and Haley both elect to triple single. Stanley to the inside is going to get the move done. Haley just kind of let him have it as Tony Spinelli is right there as well, but he's a lap down.
Having some internet issues. He's Magic Manned out of the race at the moment. Still kind of floating around the track invisible. Not good news for the 54 of Jack Haley, who was running in a podium spot.
Poor old Jeremy Shipley just saw him disappear and reappear right in front of him on the face of the finish line jump and just got ruined.
Oh man, Smith just buried in lappers right now. Cannot get around them anywhere.
Finally squeezes the gap there.
So Tyson continuing to lead. He's got a 20-second gap. Hunter Root probably pretty happy to be in 2nd though. I mean, he's got seeing himself making some points up, and that's what matters to him right now is the big picture, the championship.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure right now with him.
Haley has reappeared, and he has reappeared all over the backside of Brady Stanley.
With Root sitting up there in 2nd, believe he'll pick up another 6 points on Jeremy Smith, who's sitting down in that 5th spot. 22 to 16 points.
Schiabro's moved back into 5th, actually. Seabolt 6th, Race Car 7th, and 8th is now Jeremy Smith.
Wow. So Smith must have gone down right as I looked across the top of the screen there. A lot of guys that I wouldn't have expected to be up front running strong right now.
Tyson ran his fastest lap of the race last time around as we're on lap 14. He ran a 51.6. Clean race out front for him, even with all the lappers. He's got that big group of lappers that actually includes Jeremy Smith coming up in front of him.
Oh, Race Carlin and Seabold almost got together as they both got by Schiabro. And then Jeremy Smith right behind him trying to get around, I believe, the 152 of David Wright. Yeah.
Riders right there.
Seabold had to check up, so Schiabro's going to get a drive into the whoops. Around the outside, nose. Oh, there's a rider down. That's Berg.
That collects Smith.
Oh.
Smith gets collected again.
And now Fresquez is stuck in this group, so he gets going. Smith now a lap down as Dar into the back of Smith. He gets stuck. Not a good night at all for Jeremy Smith. I think, did Dar just let Jeremy Smith by, or aren't they battling for position?
I don't think so. I think Dar has fallen back now. Dar is back in the 17th spot now, so.
Bummer for Dar.
I don't think he's too bummed. I think he's pretty pumped just to be in this main event.
That is true.
In fact, I know he is. I got a podium speech from him after his semifinal.
Oh, Carlin down to the end of the rhythm section. Seabolt might get by. Schiabro probably not going to get there in time.
Hunter Root going to land right into a lapper off the triple. Somehow stays on the motorcycle.
Fresca is still buried in lap traffic, trying to go on to lap 16 here, right behind Tony Spinelli. He's got 5 laps left to go. Ooh, more riders down. Fresquez has to split a gap. Spinelli not moving out of the way just yet. Now Carlin and somebody else going side by side on the wall right behind him. Big old freight train. His Root still sits pretty far back. Stanley
I'm curious how Stanley got into the line he was just running. It looked sick, whatever he did.
What did he
It
do,
looked like
triple
hit the
out?
Quads somewhere in the middle of the long rhythm.
Triple out
I think he must have doubled in somehow.
and then quad triple.
He messed up, and then he went quad triple, but he's also was doing that wall jump line in the race. Everyone else kind of running the standard line. Stanley doing some creative stuff out there. He's been known, I've watched him a bit, being a little creative on the tracks and stuff.
Carlin
Let's see if he
runs
does it again.
6th right now. He is the first rider a lap down, and we'll go ahead and take a look at Stanley, see what he does here.
Stanley's up into 3rd. Solid, so.
Oh, but he's down at the end of the
down.
rhythm. Here comes
He's gonna
Jack
allow
Haley.
to close up.
Or not, as he goes down too. So Stanley gets going clean. Seabolt pretty far back though. And then Carlin, looks like Seabolt about to go a lap down from Fresquez. That'll be the 5th place ride going a lap down.
Alright, before we wrap this thing all the way to the finish, as Frisco's going to put it lap 17 in the books and go on to lap 18. He continues to lead. Hunter Root 20 seconds behind. Stanley in there 13 back. And then Jack Haley, Jeremy Seabolt running in the top 5. Race Carlin, Jeremy Schiabro, Jeremy Smith all the way back in 8th now. Vanderlee blowing himself up in 9th. And Sammy Bergeron runs in the 10 spot. And he's about to get lapped by Jack Haley, so these guys really spread out.
Well, Samuel Bergeron, like you said, in the 10th spot, about to get put a lap down by Jack Haley, but also could go a lap down from Tyson Fresquez, which means that the top 10 might go 2 laps down, which is pretty wild. Fresquez is going to click off lap 18, have 2 laps left to go, but he's got a rider just going down right in front of him there. 2 to go here in Houston. Fresquez, a year on from his 18th and record-setting main event win, looking to pick up number 19.
Oh, he decides to jump over the wall
Yeah.
just for fun. Show that he still has it, I guess. Hunter Root just ran his fastest lap of the race at 50.7. So maybe not completely giving it up, but he has a gap to make up. It's going to take some disaster for him to reel this one in.
I just saw Brady Stanley cut down out of a corner, almost hit Dar, somehow check up, and then go around him in one of the weirdest, obscure moves I've seen. Jack Haley still runs 4th. Carlin is up to 5th. Seabolt.
The white flag for the number 21. But for Skez, I thought we'd see this a lot earlier in the season. During the preseason races, Tyson was on fire.
No kidding.
Decides to keep her clean, not jump the wall that time. He backed out of it at the last second. You gotta be careful. He's got Race Carlin, who's pretty fast. Behind him, still racing for position.
Yeah. Root looks like he just went over the line, so Fresquez still has about 20 seconds to work with here. Oh, gotta avoid the downed rider
Jump
there.
over the lapper. Root's pretty safely in second. He's got 14 seconds on Stanley. Haley all by himself in 4th. Carlin's moved into the 5 spot now, and he's a lap down, right?
Ooh,
So
Fresquez into somebody, and he's stuck in them. Oh, he's got to get over this berm now. Final whoop section. The big 21 machine of Tyson Fresquez will stand on top of the podium again as he wins tonight's main event in Houston. 19th career victory, 4th consecutive season with a race win, and the 2-time champion is back on top of the podium. As Root's going to pick up more points on Jeremy Smith with a 2nd. Stanley returns to the 450 class. Looks like he is on his way to 3rd.
wow, Smith comes across in 8th place. Tough for the championship for him. So these guys lapped everyone except the top 5.
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Race
Carlin.
puts a move on Haley. Into
Is-
the last whoop section. Haley's going to look inside. No race car. Shuts the door.
Oh, Haley just lost the traction out of the corner. So Carlin, out of nowhere, picks up a 4th. So your top 5, Jack Haley,
Carlin ran a
Race Carlin.
50.3 on the last lap.
Wow. on the move. Fastest lap of the race, I believe.
Yeah, looks like it. So, race car, doing a little NASCAR on the last lap or something. Awesome. I'm gonna go watch Brock open 100 cases. Those of you that want to tune in, jump on TeamSpeak. I'm sure he'll live stream that for those of you that play CS:GO.
All right, well, that'll do it for us tonight here in Houston. Looks like Root extended his points lead by another 9 points, if I'm not entirely mistaken. So that should be 12-point gap now heading into next week at a brand new stadium in Santa Clara in California. But for now, Kellen Brower and Chris Riesenberg, we are signing off tonight from Houston. Thanks for joining us here on Star Your Systems TV for the 2015 MotoOption Supercross presented by Fly Racing.
Peace.